How many items in your closet do you actually wear?
Did you know that most people only actively wear 20% of what's in their closet?
Wait, that means that 80% of my closet goes to waste?
Yeah, and fast fashion is the second worst form of environmental pollution, just behind the oil industry.
Consumers are tired of fast fashion and want a more sustainable option.
Meet Opal, the new way to clean your closet, earning money, and supporting the environment.
Hi, I'm Valerie.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Avery.
I'm Jessie.
I'm Bridget.
And I'm Brooke.
The COVID-19 pandemic gave people the time to clean out their closets and think about the agency they had over their lives, which has proliferated the side hustle economy. In fact, in the US, people made an average of $11,000 a year from side hustles. People are living differently, buying differently, and in many ways, thinking differently. The fashion industry is one of the most resource-intensive and polluting industries in the world, with only 15% of apparel donated or recycled. That discarded clothing can take up to 200 years to decompose, and it wreaks havoc on the environment in the process. To reduce the impact your wardrobe has on the climate and clean out your closet while earning extra money, we've created Opal, an online fashion exchange where consumers can buy and sell pre-loved clothing quickly and easily.
Opal is committed to reducing the impacts of fast fashion and promoting the purchase of pre-loved clothing. Opal uses the PAC method to ensure our goals are purposeful, actionable, continuous, and trackable. In the short term, Opal intends to expand our inventory lineup to include secondhand children items. Additionally, Opal aims to capture a 5% share of the online thrift market. To help us do this, we will be implementing full search engine optimization on our website by the end of the fiscal year. In the midterm, Opal intends to partner with suppliers to switch to net zero packaging. This is to help us reach our goal of becoming climate positive. In the long term, Opal hopes to meet 75% of our energy needs from renewable sources by 2030. Opal was founded in October 2021 at Westhampton Beach High School as a B Corporation. Our B Impact Assessment score of 110 demonstrates our commitment to the principles of sustainability, transparency, and social consciousness. Every quarter, we redistribute a selection of our excess inventory to shelters throughout the tri-state area, such as Help Suffolk and Maureen's Haven. In the month of April, Opal is donating 2% of our profits to the Red Cross in Ukraine. In addition to doing so, Opal employees have made and sold bracelets, with 100% of the proceeds going to Ukraine.
Inspiring customers to build an eco-friendly wardrobe with pre-loved clothing. Our mission statement clearly represents Opal's dedication to minimize our carbon footprint and create an effective alternative to alleviate fast fashion. Opal follows a circular organizational structure in which chief officers are featured at the core of the company and send leadership and directional values to its outer constituents. This structure emphasizes collaboration and teamwork for the firm. Opal's quality management team hand sorts and inspects the quality of all incoming consignment items. Additionally, the key position of Chief Logistics Officer oversees this process, as well as ensuring supply chain management and operational efficiency. As seen in our SWOT analysis, Opal offers reasonable prices and an upfront payment system for all consignors. This is all while maintaining strong profit margins. In regards to weaknesses, Opal's reliance on individual consignors to send in apparel is quite risky, and the process of pricing, selling, and marketing all clothing has been quite challenging to master. But Opal sees an opportunity in possibly entering the rental fashion industry, giving our consumers access to high-end luxury items for life special occasions. We are also looking to enter the child resale market. In regards to threats, Opal is wary of the privacy threats associated with the personal data of our consumers. This is why we are now utilizing anti-malware and encryption software for added protection.
Opal was established to fill a void in the VE marketplace. Horizon, a clothing subscription company, is most similar to Opal with the sale of their vintage clothing bundle. However, Opal provides a wider selection of pre-loved garments. EcoFriend also sells clothing bundles, yet claims that their inventory is entirely made of donated garments. But as a for-profit business, we feel it is unethical to resell a garment that has been donated. In the real world, Opal faces competition from major corporations such as ThredUp, The RealReal, Tradesy, and Poshmark. While some of our competitors only sell women's apparel, at Opal we sell men's and unisex clothing. At Opal, we value our consignors, which is why we offer from 40 to 70% of the garment's fair market value, exceeding our competitors who have low payout ranges from only 3 to 10%. The coronavirus pandemic has had an immense impact on the global economy, costing nearly $22 trillion. This has reduced the growth expectation of U.S. output to 3.5, negatively impacting shipping services. To combat this issue, we have partnered with multiple carriers to ensure that your packages arrive on time, and we offer coupon codes if any packages have been delayed. The rising inflation has resulted in a 6% price increase in the clothing industry. However, this may benefit Opal because consumers in this day and age are looking for high quality yet lower price consignment apparel.
Our target market includes all genders, ages 16 to 30 with a middle income. Psychographically, Opal's consumers are environmentally conscious and live eco-friendly lifestyles. We use search engine optics like circular fashion and sustainability to help attract new customers. As a startup firm, we are putting a geographic concentration on the US. To fully understand our target customer, we've developed a buyer persona, Noah. Noah's in his early 20s, he bikes to work, and he's a conservative spender.
Opal's products consist of high-quality consignment apparel in new or like-new condition. Once garments are received by individual sellers, they will be carefully inspected and assigned into one of our 3 tiers: Pearl, Jade, or Ruby, based on its brand, quality, and original price. If a garment is deemed unacceptable in terms of quality standards, it may be donated to a nonprofit organization on the consignor's behalf or mailed back to the seller for a $10 shipping fee. But after conducting market research, we found that 95% of our customers would rather have their garments be donated than returned.
At Opal, we believe in making our clothes affordable for our target market, which is why we offer discounted bundles. Sellers are paid up front and can choose to get a cash payment or an Opal credit for an additional 10% in value. Opal reaches our young target market through an active presence on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. We also partner with brand ambassadors to further captivate that young demographic. And Opal employees are featured as style ambassadors by sharing their favorite pics. Opal's consumers can make purchases off of our social media, our website, and trade shows, which generates most of our revenue, 54%. Opal is positioned as a leader in the online fashion resale market for young adults with our symbolic logo and our fun color palette. The white background on our website emits a feeling of transparency, and customer testimonials provide us with honest feedback. To encourage consumers to quickly finalize purchases, we notify them of how many other shoppers have their items in their carts in real time. We also mark items as sold on our website for 24 hours before being permanently removed. These strategies create a sense of urgency for the customer to quickly finalize purchases. A potential challenge we may come across is a shortage of inventory, but to combat this issue, our money upfront method is way more desirable to new consignors. Additionally, as an online apparel store, customers may lack a typical in-store experience, such as physically checking the sizing of a garment. But Opal guarantees free exchanges, and we have sizing guidelines available by brand.
To finance our startup firm, Opal obtained a $150,000 loan and $20,000 in seed money from VE. This has allowed us to maintain the majority of our equity while securing a steady operational cash flow. As an online exchange platform with a low-cost structure, Opal has a favorable markup of $32 per unit. The average payout to consignors for each item is $15. Opal's break-even point was at 2,700 units and approximately $127,000. As a result of our strong advertisement campaign and our presence at the East End Trade Show, Opal broke even in December of 2021. Opal has a strong gross margin of 65%, which has helped us to be profitable in our first year as a startup firm. Opal has consistently exceeded sales projections due to our dedicated sales team and our strong partnership with other VE firms. As it is evident in our profit and loss analysis, Opal's significant revenue stream will lead to an income of over $204,000. Opal has implemented the GAAP and straight-line depreciation methods in order to achieve accuracy and clarity in our financial records. Opal's balance sheet shows that we control the majority of our equity. Due to our decision to pursue debt financing, Opal has an outstanding loan of $136,000. Our liquidity ratio of 1.6 shows that we can successfully cover short-term debt obligations. Opal is confident in our ability to grow, earning a sizable profit and reducing the negative impacts of fast fashion on our planet.
Remember that sweatshirt you got as a gift?
Those pants you wore once?
Don't leave them sitting in your closet or at the bottom of a landfill.
Come to Opal and share them with someone else.
Find your gem
At Opal.
Thank you. We'll now be taking questions.
Great presentation, thank you. Can you just explain to me how that 24-hour thing works, where you said it's on the website for 24 hours, then what happens, like, if it's not sold?
Well, it's not that the products are on the website for 24 hours. It's that when a product is sold, it is left up for 24 additional hours after being sold, and it's marked as sold on the website to show to customers that items are flying off the shelves and make them say, oh, I really wish I could have bought that. And now they know that they've got to move quickly and buy things as soon as they see something they want.
Thank you.
Yeah, great presentation, and clearly it's super thoughtful. As I was looking at the vertical page where you had the Real as one of your competitors, it sounds like you offer a higher payout ratio. What's that delta between the payout ratio that a Real would offer versus what you are offering, just to get a better sense of positioning?
So basically, our payout ranges generally average around 20% higher than the Real, and that's because being a first year company, we really want to be very valuable and very attractive to customers, especially as we're trying to build our portfolio and really get our name out there. And unlike the Real, right now we're very quick in terms of getting your clothing and having it up and selling it, versus the Real where they can spend upwards of 3 to 4 weeks even waiting to even get your item. And they also don't have a money upfront method, which our logistics officer can go into further.
So our money upfront method, again, attracts customers and attracts consigners, because the garments, when you send them into Opal, your clothing, you don't have to wait for your clothes to be sold from Opal's website. So as soon as it goes through that inspection process and then is assigned into one of our 3 tiers of like our prices, right away, once we assign that price from our inspection process, it will be paid right up front, so no waiting. So that's why it's more.
Got it. That makes a lot of sense. And so it's 20% higher now. Do you assume that, through time you'll bring that down a little?
Absolutely. Again, being a first year company, we're really just trying to get our name out there. And, as time progresses, probably within 3 years, we start to kind of lower it and make it, more consistent with the other companies.
That makes a lot of sense.
So I have a question. So when you give the money, pay the money upfront to the consignor, how do you manage your cash flow? What if the garment doesn't sell?
Even if our items do not sell, we do pay for them up front, and eventually they will sell. But if these items do not sell within a certain period of time, we will donate them to areas throughout the tri-state area, as we said earlier. This will not really, it will affect our cash flow. However, we do have a lot of cash on hand at the time, as our liquidity ratio states. So we will have enough cash to, if we have any financial emergencies or anything like that that may come up, we will be able to successfully pay and cover those.
To kind of add on to what the CFO is saying, we haven't seen in our first year, we haven't seen that as an issue with, having too much inventory that isn't selling. So, if that does occur, and we do see that, we may draw back on taking in until, what we have currently is selling. But as Brooke was saying, anything that doesn't sell will be donated, but this is something that consigners there's an evaluation form, or just a form, that as they are sending in their clothing, they can either check off, yes, I want my product to be donated if it doesn't sell, or it can be sent back to them for a $10 shipping fee. But we found that, I believe, 95% of those products that don't sell do end up being donated, as consigners decide to check off donation over having it returned back to them. So overall, that hasn't been an issue with having too much inventory that isn't selling. But of course, if that does become a thing, we will take that into account.
And just to quickly add on, when we do donate items, we do get a write-off for that, so that will also benefit us. So it's not like it's super negatively impacted.
Exactly. And besides that cushion, again, financially that we have, we are we're a benefit corporation. So by donating those clothings, again, it's helping our B assessment score of 110, which is quite actually above the average of 80, which again, people shop their value. So if they know that their clothing that might not necessarily sell can instead go to someone who's disenfranchised, or, again, with the COVID-19 pandemic, who's had a lot of financial hardships, people are much more likely to want to consign with us and want to sell to us. Thank you.
Well, we can give a round of applause. Thank you.